Hello guys, I think we are live now. Welcome to our, I think it's 12th meetup in the Signum community. Let's start by giving away some NFTs like always, where I will start sharing my screen. Not sorry guys, not this one. Like always, we have some problems. I hearing myself.
Too many tabs, too many screens, as always. We would need some elevator music here. Like,
yeah, I found this.
okay,
Sorry,
cool.
guys. So, yeah, it was the time of him. Why I hate myself? I don't know. Okay, so this is what's lucky retweet. We have 12 retweets.
Only.
Only. I write it here. We will give this give away this NFT. It is Cybers. And Holger Peterson. I guess he won before.
Yeah. That's fine. It's good.
Congrats.
Yep.
Okay. Denutarium, can you show your TMG cup?
Oh, yes. Today is the last day that people can buy the flag tokens, because this smart contract will stop to
work.
will stop work. Yeah, I will open here the page, and I have here the web page for the TMG Cup. Of course, I have all the flags already. So many people already completed the album. We have here 12 people with the full album, and I think we have 20 people within the game. I mean, accounts with flag tokens, and this contract will sell the flag tokens just until the block 1,009,100. This is today. Today at night here in Brazil, so GMT time should be near 2 o'clock tomorrow, I mean. So if you want to buy the tokens, you will need to use the Signum XT wallet. You will connect to the account, and then you can come here and buy the tokens. So if you want to buy just 4 tokens, you will enter the number here. You will check how many this will cost. This is 1.2 Signa and 0.6 TMG. You say okay, and then you will be validating the transaction. But for this computer, I don't have any account configured, so I don't have funds here to buy. And if you don't have tokens, you can go to TMG pool. It's a liquidity pool also for the liquidity pool for TMG. You can come here and buy small amounts of TMG, just easy. You don't need to check the assets things in other. I mean the book order that we have. Another project that I made a few days ago was Shout Loud. I will open here the page. It is a simple page where people can spread some news about Signum, I mean, and just like other sites, you just connect to your XT wallet. And then you can write here your post, right here my post. And then this will cost, of course, some Signa and some TMG. And you can shout if you have enough funds to make this. In my Discord channel, I have a bot that will that check that is checking for new messages in Shout Loud. Let's just open here, go. And I have here as a channel just configured a few days ago. And some people that are authorized by me will have here the shout will be presented here. For some other people that are not authorized, there will be a notification here that there is a new shout available and people can go there to check. Okay, this was my last project. So you can go and talk a little more, Shefas.
Okay, guys, I just forgot to say that everyone who is watching, you can always ask questions. Deletarium and Oliver are Signum developers. They will answer all questions related to Signum. So every time you can write on live chat and they will answer them later. Oliver, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, I just said I cannot answer the question when Binance. I'm sorry for that. And Coinbase and whatever. Okay.
Okay.
And when Moon, I don't know. Also, okay. Yeah. I take over here, Shivers. Okay.
Okay. I have no plans to speak.
Yeah. So we this episode right now, this is about the wallets. So we call it Clash of Wallets. Well, of course, it's still a bit baby because it's not to be the clash of wallets, but I think there is some things I should be presented here, and I came up with the idea to say like, hey, let's show what we have as wallets, what are the differences, because people who come to our community, they don't exactly know which one to use. We have original gangsters here inside still, which are used to classic stuff and all the things, and I take this as a moment to say like, okay, let's compare a little bit the wallets, see what they are able to do and what not. We will do some demonstration for newcomers, for example, to have an idea, or just like for people who never worked with one or the other wallet, we make some quick introductions and demoing this. But first of all, I just want to go giving an overview of the things we have in our ecosystem at this moment, because many people may ask, why do we have so many wallets? And and that's just why I try to clarify this a little bit. I will share my screen right now, having to deal with a lot of things here. This screen on that one. Hopefully we can clarify this a little bit much. Just a moment. I need to set up something. Let's show present a view. It's going over. Yeah. Where's the Zoom panel? The Zoom panel is here right now. Wait. All right, it's complicated, guys. So that one here, desktop one. Okay, I'm sharing this. So here we are. What's that? Meeting chat? I don't know. So you should be able to see right now, like title like Signum wallets, classic, Phoenix, BTX, XT, and ... So these are the ones I will like show a little bit. BTX is kind of an exception, but still have capabilities of a wallet. And we're going over that quickly and showing a little bit that stuff. So just to have a timeline to understand what happens since this very long-term project is running already. The Signum, or in the past days, it was called Burstcoin, was founded or was like created in 2014. So it's outside of my screen here. So I'm going to the left and to the left. And it came together with a wallet, with the very first wallet, which we nowadays call Classic. So this was the very first wallet that came into, and we would just like show, Deleterium will present that the way. By the end of 2018, so the development team switched over from the old consortium, which was carrying on all the stuff, and then it started over. There was a new team coming in, and we took over all the activities. And during that phase, started the development of Phoenix Wallet, which came out in the middle of 2019. We'll talk about this a little bit later. So it started with me and together with Blanky, who's not active in the community anymore, but he's still around. And in the upper line, you see the hard forks that we had since the 2019 phase, let's say that. So until then, like this line here, like the Signum hard fork, we were we called our site Burstcoin, but you have this rebranding. So we had a sodium hard fork here inside, and the Phoenix were all along. We had together two wallets, which was Classic and Phoenix. Signum came over, so we made a rebranding on most of the parts, which took a lot of time. It seems like just changing the label and all the stuff, but it was a little bit more. So the Signum hard fork here, that this is kind of turning point, is when we introduced the proof of commitment. This is like that we have this additional staking on top of the normal mining process. Going over to Speedway, that was a preparation to having a little bit more speedy transaction and all the stuff, and all over. So in 2022, if I'm not really wrong, yes. So I started to work on the extension, browser extension wallet, like MetaMask, which we call simply call XT. And in the middle, we had the Rainbow hard fork, which which came with a lot of new features. We explained this already in other stuff and all this stuff. And we have 2023 almost coming, knocking at our doors, and there will be kind of the not yet so much known future. So if we go over to the Classic wallet, it's like in terms of a feature complete wallet, it comes together bundled with the node software itself. So if somebody wants to use that, there is two ways to do this, like connect to a public hosted node. So Deleterium, just in a few seconds, we show that and all this stuff. It's only web-based, so you cannot like install this on your desktop. It's not running really on mobile. I mean, you can load this on mobile and all this stuff, but it's not exclusively made for mobile. The technology used, which was common at that time, is like jQuery and Bootstrap. So for developers, it's like a little bit outdated technology. Of course, web development evolved a lot in the last years. We have some other things like a single account thing. So you just like one single account at one time, more like it's not easy to switch, or maybe it is. I'm actually not using so much the Classic wallet, but yeah, so I could hand over right now to Deleterium, but it shows a little bit how the Classic wallet looks like and how it works and the basics. So stop sharing here, going on, heading over to Deleterium, handing over.
Oh, yes. I will start from the beginning. I will show people how they will activate or create a new account using Classic Wallet. I think it's okay. So I will share my screen. Okay, are you seeing the screen? Yes.
You can see, like, for people who don't know that, it's running locally on a testnet node that he's doing here, and he select this selector. People can choose between Phoenix and Classic Wallet. There is a small checkbox there below. Remember that my decision. So if people prefer Classic, just check this one, and it will always be redirected to Classic Wallet, and same for Phoenix, just in case if you didn't know that. Yeah.
Yes, this is the latest release of a Signum node. It's a beta release, so it's not in the main net, but we can use this in the beta version, and also some beta servers like europe3.testnet.signum.network. But I will use it locally here to make it more responsive, so the queries will be much faster. When we select the classic wallet, we can choose the node. When we are using the mainnet, this will be very good because we'll use the automatic selection node that is for the mainnet only. You can create, but I will use here the mainnet. So let's check Brazil. And I will create a new account. So it's very easy, the process. It's a random passphrase is generated here. You can just copy and save this password in a safe place, even if you want to write it down to a piece of paper, so it will be offline. You can check and use your own passphrase, but these 12 words are pretty safe. It will be prompted for you to write again the passphrase, so you will not forget this one. And we will enter the classic wallet, and there is a advertisement here showing that my account is not activated. To activate the account in the classic wallet, this is not automatic. You need to go to let me check where's here. Okay, here. You need to go to a page that is a Signum activator that Ohagar created. You can speak a little more about this, Ohagar?
Yeah, it's actually you are using the direct link to Versal, but we have this under, if I'm not really wrong, activators Signum network. It should work that way either, but this is the same application. Explanation for that: it's like to solve the hand problem. It's like if you want to make a transaction on the network, you need Signum. Where you get it from and how you can start of all that, and then you need to be registered on the blockchains. As long as you haven't make any transaction or even haven't received any transaction, the blockchain does not know that you exist. And this activate account is doing something like simplifying a process. In the past, it was like a faucet. So you go to a specific page and you requested some fraction of Signum or whatever, and it was like a multi-pass thing, and we just figured out that we can do this inverted, that you have it easier to activate your account. In that case, for the classic wallet, it is not being embedded into the wallet, so we have to do this manually. And but usually other wallets can do this directly. It's like hitting a button. But yeah, that's the idea. So that kind of activation secures even your account. It says like that public key is being linked to that account, and that's all fine. So that's really necessary to you to, for example, to receive funds from exchanges, for example. They don't send money to accounts which are not activated. So that's important to understand that. Yeah.
Yes, then manually, you enter your account ID and your public key that is presented there, and click activation. So at this backend will send me a small transaction. When I come back to the Signum to the classic wallet, I can check that is already a transaction pending here. So this transaction will make the activation, and then I will be ready to use this new account that was created to receive funds from exchanges or do other things like mining and other transactions. Okay, this is how we create a new account in Classic.
Okay, cool. So that was the Classic wallet. As I said, the Classic wallet is kind of pretty feature complete. So all the features which Signum has, or many of them, let's say that, not all, it's so many stuff. They're really supported by that Classic wallet. If we go, just like what returning, sharing my screen right now. Let me see. Yeah, we have one in the middle. That's the BTDEX wallet. I won't really show it, but that's worth mentioning because the purpose of that wallet is a little bit different. So we talked about the Classic wallet right now. Where's my mouse? My mouse is coming over here. Yeah. Then there's another one, is BTDEX wallet. That means it's a decentralized exchange. This was developed by JOS, which is one of our principal developers also. And it's kind of an all-in-one solution which you install on your desktop. It's not feature complete at that. The focus of that wallet is on exchanging tokens. It has also, for the sake of simplicity, has some plotter and miner built in. So people which just come into Signum, they just like can use that BTDEX wallet as an all-in-one solution, making plotting the disk and start the miner and all the stuff. So it's a desktop-only application. It's single account. That means you cannot switch the accounts directly inside your logged-in session, whatever we call this. And it's written in Java Swing, if I'm not totally wrong. So Swing is like a UI framework for Java. It looks a little bit like outdated. Let me see if I can present that quickly just to have an idea of that. So BTDEX, not sure if it's coming. Where is it? I need to find out where is it. Hey, it's not running. Well, that was something different. Let me see. It's coming up right now. Okay, here it is. So as you see, it's a desktop wallet. It needs some time to load the stuff because it has been a while I didn't open it. I'm nowadays more with Signum Swap.
I think Oliver, that nowadays people do not use desktop apps or use it not so often. Like I think people switch it to browser to web.
Yeah, but that's yeah. I mean that it's some valid point because it's very comfortable. I understand that desktop applications have a nice thing behind that. It's like you can you know that you install this on your desktop and you don't have to necessarily trust the hoster of the other wallet. So it's possible. I just say it. We never heard about that. But for example, if a node operator is running has a public node, and that public node, you can enter the wallet there. You don't exactly know if the node operator is not like messing up something in the code for the wallets, for example. It tends to a little bit more insecure because you have to put trust on the node operator. With the desktop installation, it's not that. So you have to only trust the developer that he's not making some stuff, and there is no person that is able like to manipulate that, and they're doing that. So if you know that you downloaded that desktop application from a trusted source, then you can imagine that one, there is no, it's a little bit more secure. It gives a bit better feeling about security. Actually, doesn't matter if there's a malicious developer and you want to make a REPL or something like that. You're never really protected against that. But I'm not really sure. Is it possible to see the BTDEX right now? Can somebody I'm not sure if I'm sharing.
See.
Yeah, okay. So as you see, you can even create it's possible to create an account here. Also, you have the contracts you can see. There's even mining stats and transactions you can see. So it has some characteristics of a wallet itself. As it is being Java Swing, of course, the technology is not that, visually, it's not that fancy. This is due to the visual framework. It's pretty technical, but it's still a very valid project because the main focus of that wallet is on that exchange, that you can make swaps and seeing the tokens here and all this stuff. It has its merits, and it is just another option. And for people, especially coming in with mining, it's a very nice solution to start, like joining a pool and all this. This is a all-in-one solution out of the box. Very useful. So it's really worth mentioning this in this clash of wallets here. So if we go further a little bit to Phoenix, Phoenix started out as an umbrella project. Historically, it was like when the old development team in the end of 2018 was with the idea to make a big rewrite of the software at all. I mean, even the Node software, they started out with a Go language project, and they started with a new wallet, which was being written, or they planned to write this with Angular. And that was when I entered actively in the development. I just contacted Blanky at that time and asked him if I can join, because at this time my focus is mainly on application engineering, and I have solid experience, for example, on React, which is a web framework, and some other stuff. All this I wanted to learn about Angular. I used an Angular previous version called Angular.js in the backend time and the back days, and that was like a chance for me to working on a bigger project with more with a newer Angular framework. So it's Angular 2. I put here Angular 8+. But actually it's 2+ or whatever. Nowadays it should be in 13, 14. I don't know what the current version is. I'm not a big fan of Angular, to be honest, but it was a lesson I had, and it's okay. It's okay. React guys and Angular, it's very complicated usually. It was never meant to be feature complete. So the focus of the Phoenix wallet was multi-platform. And it was like having a better and easier to use and not so overcrowded, overloaded interface. I don't know if this really worked out. We are not UX specialists. We just like made it by feeling and said, hey, we're trying to simplify the things and all the stuff. One of the biggest features was like, we want to run this as web, on desktop, and on mobile. I know that it lacks nowadays an updated iOS version for certain reasons, but currently, it was like an entire project. The mobile wallet is a different technology stack. It's called React Native. And yeah, so we had other features, just mentioning one, for example, the multi-account. So you can, multi-account, you can create several accounts and can switch with them directly inside the wallet without having to go out and relog and all this stuff. And it uses a PIN number, a secret number, which is a little bit easier to work with the transaction stuff. And then the other thing that came up is which was already started before, is like we started to allow interaction with the wallets, like requesting, make it possible that websites can like hit a button and making a request to the wallet, that the wallet opens, and like saying like, hey, send this amount to some recipient, and they just like make an auto pre-fill and all this stuff. That was like what we call deep linking. Nowadays, it's not perfect. It's just very limited at the moment, but there are some plans I have to make it more generic. It's a not so much used feature, but it can be very handy when it comes up to the mobile version. And it came up very handy to the mobile version. But it's also possible on the desktop version and all the stuff. So why it's called Umbrella Project, because it was like a lot of things going on there inside. And during that time, we architectured the wallet in that way. There are a lot of images right here, but it's like, for example, for the common operating systems like Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, we use the conjunction of Angular, which is like put together in Electron, like make it installable. The Angular version is the one that runs in all the browsers. And there is another one, which is another pillar here. This is a React Native version, which is to run on iOS and Android. I have to say that it's not, the updated version is not published on iOS. Yeah, this is for some reason I'm right. Hesitant to have a Mac and paying like $100 per month per year for developing on iOS, and it was not something that I really was looking toward to. So sorry for that, guys. If you're on iOS, yeah, it's open source. You can do this if you want. So, and underlying, we have an abstraction layer. And this is something interesting which came out. It's like the Signum JS was born within the Phoenix project, because we figured out that would be cool if we can like create a library on SDK even, which abstracts away and make it easier to interact with the Signum node. So Signum node has an HTTP API, and we just make like a Signum JS library for people coming, for example, from, I don't know, from Ethereum or something like that. It's like a wrapper around the communication interface. You can compare it a little bit to Web3 JS or something in that direction. And it's being used all over the ecosystem nowadays, and it's still being developed, it's growing, and it's getting better. Even Deleterium is helping me right now on some very important things there inside. Pretty cool. So this was that on the overview for the Phoenix wallet. And just like want to show you how this usually works if you go into this Phoenix wallet. So this is the usual interface here. It's a desktop wallet. The desktop version here. So you can see I have all this stuff here inside. And it's kind of responsive a little bit to see it. So you can close and open that. This is that way some features. I'm now connected to the testnet. And the other thing is like you have different views. You can like simplify the view for people just starting, having like a chart showing your history, a few points of your history of your balance. You have a power user interface where you can see a little bit more things, or even for miners, there's an additional interface. So which is like showing how many blocks you have forged, which pool you are joined. You can join a pool from here, how many commitment you have, and all this stuff that it came up. So we have a flexible user interface a little bit more. You have transactions here, all the stuff. And the process, for example, to if you go to manage accounts, you see I have a lot of accounts here inside. If you go to new account, there's a kind of, it's generated for the passphrase, going over here, making some randomness. You can even define individual salt. So additionally to the 12 words passphrase, you can like add something arbitrary here, or you only secret what you want. Going to the next step here over. So I'm saying hey, you have to save this. I can even like copy that, or can even make a PDF version of that. So it's like print to file. I can do that like that way. Yeah, already exists. Yeah, I can do that. And then it types as a PDF file. I can store it, for example, in, I don't know, in a vault or something like that. I can define a PIN. This is like to make like an easy to remember alphanumeric value, numeric value, whatever, to confirm your transactions later. Oh, okay. And then you have to like make this check here. I have to go back to do this actually, because I haven't written that down. So just to show you something, the edit are going over there. Because I just wanted to show you that. Let me see. It's like replace. This is a tested account. Yeah, you can just like copy that one. Doesn't work for me. It's like, hey, where is it? I'm not seeing the temps.
This path is very good because some people maybe are just trying to do the new account just to test, and they are not willing to continue in this one. So this it's a small test to check if you are really willing to activate.
I fucked myself up. Yeah, and it's really, you have to be sure that you saved it somewhere. Let me see. Tennis initial. I need to concentrate. Initial marble, creek, unveil, grab, rack, jump. I want start, C, and that's last one. I'm not sure. Oh, something. What happened right now? It's not working. Why is it not working? I fucked it up. Okay. There's something wrong. Why is it like that? I fucked it all up. Can you please tell me what I have done? Our last time. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. I know what happened. Okay. I open a box. That's nice. Live bug demo. Cool. Okay.
You
Usually
just found a bug online.
Yes, that's pretty cool. Awesome, guys. Yeah, I would need to make it anyway, because I think it was the background was updated again. Yeah, okay. So what happens usually is that the account is getting activated automatically. So there will be that call that you have that deleterium shield manually will be done automatically in the background. Yeah, that's practically. So yeah, that's the Phoenix wallet. We even discovered a bug. But the thing is that due to new things that coming up right now, to aliases and all this stuff, so this 1.42 version will have a new update pretty soon. I think so, next 2 months. I have a lot of things to do, and now we have the holidays and all this stuff. But there are features I want to add. So address book, for example, I saw this, how comfortable this is. That's actually yeah, that's the Phoenix wallet. Let me see. I cannot clear this. Wow, Linux is weird. Okay. So going over to the next wallet. This is the most recent wallet, and this is one of the things that had, I think, the best impact on the ecosystem at this one. So it's not feature complete. Also, it's running only as an extension in the browser. People were already asking, is this working on mobile with limitations? I know that there's a browser which is based on Chromium. It's called Kiwi browser, and that one supports extensions. Usually the Chrome mobile browser or the Firefox mobile browser, they have limited support for extensions. And yeah, people said that the Kiwi browser is working fine. For example, conjunction with NFT portal, all the stuff. You should give it a try. So if you want to really, like, for example, buying some NFTs during on your train or going to your work or whatever, I don't know, look at the Kiwi browser. It's multi-account also, and there's something that I call full duplex messaging. This is important for the interaction with the websites we have, and it's entirely written in React. So just to mention, the XT wallet is based on the Temple wallet from Thesis. That means I used Mapfish Solutions, shout outs to them, open source project, and I just exchanged the engine there inside and ripped out all the teaser stuff and put the Signum stuff there inside. Hopefully they're not angry with me. I don't know. It's an open source project, but shout outs to the guys from Mapfish Solutions. I was pretty solid work that I have done so far, and even pretty complex. The wallet doesn't seem so. It was not that bad to work on that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And the extension wallet comes with some other additional features, which I would like to show you here just to have an idea to present this also, how this works. This is, for example, this is how it looks like. You have this like running here in the sidebar. It's a little bit limited. It supports peer-to-peer messaging. It supports tokens also. So I could import my tokens here, so you can see it, getting the tokens. But the main purpose of that wallet is not my sending things or receiving things inside. Even you can do that, like QR code or whatever you want. It's more about signing. So you should be able, as Diletary showed this already on the TMG Cup, you connect your application with a wallet and you can just like sign the transaction that's coming from here. There's something more that's going on. This is signing stuff. It's like a full duplex thing. So you make a connection to the wallet. It returns you the public key of your currently selected account. Even it knows when you switch, for example, the networks from testnet to mainnet and all the stuff, and you get all the feedback. It's the integration is hopefully not that complicated. Try to make that as easy as possible. We have demo projects for that, but I see that many people start using this for their own applications, and this is pretty useful. So big thing of that wallet is signing, and there's some of other nice features that's coming up. For example, you could there's like Signum wallet context menu point here. That means like if you go to some page and having, let me see, that makes no sense to what I'm going to do right now. It's like, how do you call this chain Signum network. So going over here in the Explorer, and let me see, for example, if I mark this transaction here, this account, then it's possible for me to say like, hey, I want to send some Signum to this address. So what's happening then, it's opening the Signum XT wallet in a full view mode and said like, oh, here's the address you're sending to. And then I can, for example, quickly send something to people just by selecting account. I can even do what makes no sense at all. Is like, I can open this account in the Explorer. It will open the same site again. Makes no sense at all. I'm not sure. Ooh, what's going on here? It's not loading. No, it's trying to load. I don't know why. Maybe the chain is taking too long. This is the address, should work. Oh, it's here. Yeah, it was the response from the testnet Explorer here. So one thing I want to just like to point out that what I'm right now working on is like, if you go here, for example, like Signum, enter tab, then it gives me some options. I can say, I can go, for example, say like Ohager, and it gives me like resolve Ohager Signum domain, or search in the Explorer for Ohager, or send Signum to Ohager. So if I go, for example, resolve domain Ohager, then it's like saying it cannot really, it's still in development. You're seeing the development version, but it just redirected, for example, to a GitHub page from Ohager, which is me. So what we have here inside this wallet is we have kind of a name service. I need to improve this a little bit, but you can see the power is pretty nice, and it could even work with subdomains. We have a specification just released a few days ago, where we just structure that format and standardize the format, and this being fully supported by the Signum XT wallet. So that's pretty cool. I can make like, I want to send Signum to Ohager. It's open the XT wallet again, and it's using the alias name, sending this to this one. So you see there's potential behind that. Today, it's not the scope to talk about that thing, but this is what the XT wallet is capable of, and that's a great advantage. But the problem is that it's not really accessible for mobile. It's not available to transform this into mobile because the architecture of extensions is completely different from what common web applications are, or what even mobile applications are. So many people may think like, oh, it's just like use the same code base and slap it into something like web or in mobile. This is not the way how it works, just to say that. And coming back to that, XT wallet, yes. And just to finalize that, so what we have right now is like a comparison between all these wallets at this moment. So we start with the classic wallet, which was the first wallet that was there inside. It's feature complete in the meaning that most of the features are really, or almost every feature is supported, even more than we are using actively today, like DGS and all the other stuff. The technology behind that is vanilla jQuery Bootstrap. It runs in browser, and it requires usually to install your own node to have this really securely running on your computer, or you have to trust people on public nodes that they don't make any shit show. It has not direct multi-account support, but of course you can go out and all stuff. There is no automatic account activation inside, and there is no application interaction possible. That means applications cannot call the wallet to do something like navigate there inside, or making like signing, transaction, all this stuff. It's not possible. We have the BT tags, which was like developed in 2019, if I'm not really completely wrong. It's not feature complete. The focus is more being on exchange and making plotting and mining a little bit easier. It's based, it's totally desktop. It's based on Java Swing. It runs on Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. No multi-account, has the account activation automatically inbuilt, and there is no app interaction as far as I know. Same year, Phoenix Wallet came out, the first version, still under development, not under heavy development, but still evolving. It's also not feature complete, but it has more features, for example, like BT DEX, and even more features than the XT wallet. But compared to the classic wallet, it has not all complete features there inside. For example, there's no order book for the token trading, and this is by intention, because for example, the native token exchange on Signum is pretty complex, and that is why we developed a standalone application like Signum Swap for that entirely. BTDEX is like offering also the order book. Technology stack is Angular 8 plus Electron React Native for mobile version. I was like, it's not published for iOS, although it's capable to do so, but this is because I'm not an Apple boy. I'm sorry for that, guys, but open source, you can just jump in and help us. Desktop, Win, Mac OS, and Linux. This year we started to buy a signing key. We have a code signing key, though the Windows version is being signed. So when we will continue on that, so that gives you a little bit more trust on that. It's multi-account capable. It has the automatic account activation, and the app interaction is using deep linking. It's like a URL which has some additional information, and it's possible that I can open the desktop wallet or something like that, and just like making payments using a unidirectional communication. The XT wallet is the newest guy in newest kid on the block. Was developed last year. Well, 2022, yeah, okay. And feature complete, it's also not feature complete. The focus of the XT wallet is interaction with other applications, depth, for example, like the NFT portal, the Signum swap portal, and a lot of other things like TMG Cup, Stella, Duo, and all the stuff we have around. It's only browser because it's a browser extension. It runs on Firefox, Chrome, and Chromium browsers. That includes even the Edge version from Microsoft with the Chromium background. Multi-account, as you have seen that. The automatic account activation is there inside also. You get a, it says like, hey, it's not activated, you want to activate it, and it's getting activated. And the communication is bidirectional. That means that applications or other web pages which are interacting with them, getting messages back and forth, and know, for example, when an account changed or when a node changed or whatever happens. So yeah, that's actually the entire overview of the wallets we have so far. I talked a lot. Are there questions so far? Shippers, did you?
I have one question. I think you forgot one more wallet, Legacy, not supported, but it was for a few years.
Oh, you mean, yeah, but that I'm not sure if that is compatible anymore. You mean the cash wallet from Kirk?
How is it called?
Hot wallet, yeah.
I will show you.
That's cool. Yeah, does it still work with us?
I don't know. He is not online. I think a few years he left our community.
Yeah.
Shifter.
Yeah. It's a pity that he lost. Kirk has had so freaking ideas.
We had some changes during the Rainbow hard fork, I think. So the signing process changed a lot, and maybe I think probably I not tested, but most probably it's not working unless it sends the password to the node, so the node make the transaction to sign. But this is not I think it is not acceptable in a security way.
Yeah, that's very important. Exactly this part, for example, the XT wallet and the Phoenix wallet, they're having changed the signing process. Classic wallet, how does it work, Elitaria? It's sending to the node or not?
No, it was signing inside the browser, and also verifying the response from the node before broadcast the signed transaction.
Yeah,
it was very good in terms of security, but the old classic wallet was storing the plain password inside the local storage, so it was not in this way that they handle the passphrase. So that's why when people start to using the new classic, it's very important to clear the cache from the page.
Yeah, that on security aspects is like, for example, the Phoenix wallet, even the XT wallet, they're using alphanumeric PIN, a small secret that you just don't need to write down. And this secret is like recoverable. So if you lose that secret, like we call it in Phoenix PIN, and this is like being used to decrypt or encrypt the private keys inside the browser. So it's a little bit more secure, as you don't have this inside the plain text or something like that. And in case you don't remember the PIN, you just need your recovery seed phrase, the 12 words or 13 words or how many words you have, just like to recover that and then re-import your accounts. Yeah, that's the thing. exactly.
Yes, once I discovered that the classic wallet was working this way, I went straight to the Phoenix wallet to check what was going on, and of course, I made this uh, au- audit. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
audit your code to check that was good. So
Okay.
that's very, as you know, this not working like since some months ago, very months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. And then because of that stuff, so we fortunately we speak in the same languages also, and we're even relatively close together, and it works very well. So all the ideas we are just like changing ideas, and we just like talking, discussing a lot of technical things in the background, and Delirium is extremely creative and coming up every time with new things, and even right now he just like pick up the classic wallet and just like made it work again for the signing process, because due to the hotbox we had some problems there inside. I can't remember exactly. And how much time you took to make the classic wallet work again? Do you remember that?
I think this was like 2 weeks just to understand how classic works.
Yeah.
It was a
So
crazy code. It was many people try to make some modifications during all these years. So we had a lot of modifications in a lot of parts of the code. So I need to start to remove things that were in wrong location to move this to the right location. And then
yeah.
the code was becoming to be clear and clear and clear. And now I can check the steps that were going on. So now I can just add the new features where they need to be added.
Yeah. Do you intend to add new features on the classic wallet?
I did many, like the automatic node selection, and I fixed the code that was not working for almost all transactions, and some modifications inside the modals to the transactions modal. So we have now more features on that modal window.
Yeah, and you secured the passphrase, the plain passphrase stuff also, I think so.
Yes, this was that I saw, and we need to rework this. So this was like or we rework or we just remove, because it was not a good one. And then I started to work more hardly. Just at the beginning, it was like a puzzle. I was just getting the pieces and try to understand everything, and I was not believing that it was possible to make this code great again. But once the code,
Make this code great again. I like that. I like that. Yes. So sad that it's not possible to make that code great again. Okay. I like that. That's a political statement. Like, okay, cool.
So
But there's some outcome of that, right? I mean, you are working on something right now.
yes, this is the code. The classic code is based on a framework. It is admin LTE, and it was based in a very old version of admin LTE. And I tried to upgrade this to the newest version available. So, but this is a big jump, because it was based on Bootstrap 3, and now it's used Bootstrap 4. So we have
5 already, haven't we?
Yeah, we have 5, but the admin LTE is 4.
Yeah, okay.
And there's a lot of things were broken during this process. I need to rework all the pages and models to the new version, and I'm just making this, and also making a standard for all models. Maybe you want to see the new classic?
Por favor.
Okay, let's go. I will share my screen.
So that is the neoclassic, which is already under heavy development, right? And it's based on
yeah. It's a lowly development because it will take some time to.
Yeah,
to
yeah, exactly. But I just want to point out that there will be another wallet, saying like that, a modernized version of Classic, which will be called Neo, or is being called Neoclassic. And
yes,
go on.
It will be very similar to the Classic wallet because I'm just updating the user interface. And at this point, it will just make the things better and more responsive.
I know the internals of,
here.
for example, yeah, I'm seeing, for example, ESBLs you're just using here and all the stuff. You were able to reduce the dependencies, right? So its startup should be faster than, for example, the Classic wallet. Exactly.
Yes, we had a lot of dependencies that were not needed. I mean, it was a big number. It was big integer. It was GS crypto. And I was just checking all the dependencies and removed a lot of them because some package can make more things that just one. And I removed like 5 or more or less 5 dependencies of the Classic wallet.
Yeah, and due to the package management and the new engine and all the stuff, it's possible to even reduce more because it's just like extracting the functionality it needs. ESB is like making tree shaking, right? Yeah.
Yes, then this also makes the easier to handle the dependencies because if we have some other upgrades, it will be much easier to update the code.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
Okay, I will show here. This is the Neoclassic wallet, and I will use the test net also to show
better it is.
some features. Okay, right here I don't have it here, but I will copy some passphrase. So you can check the outlook is more or less the same, but if you get the models will be much cleaner and all will have the same appearance. I changed the suggested fee. It will be the same for many models. We still have a multiple all the features of that we already have. Some models I still didn't fix, so this send message model can work, but it's not beautiful. It's the old style.
Okay.
For the transactions, it will be more responsible. I just updated this dashboard here, so you can check that if you reduce the size of the page, it just makes fit better. And if you reduce more, like in mobile, this will be better in mobile also because people will can check. And then you can just come here for transactions like that, check here, and you see the things. The modals for transactions still not worked here, so they are ugly. But we are doing the job slowly for the model.
Yeah,
of course, we will have the dark mode also. Just I will show you here.
This is the most important feature for some users in the community.
Yeah, and it will be very easy. You know, I just change a class for the entire page, and voila, it is now in the dark mode. If I change the models also in dark mode, so everything will be very nice for the users.
I think you make many people happy right now.
I hope so.
Yeah. Awesome. Is there something that you would like to add more on as feature? Or is something you're missing?
Yes, I want to make some more changes to complete the assets. I mean, mint asset, a model for mint asset.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay because for the smart contracts, I just removed the code because it's there is no meaning to have this model here to create a smart contract inside the wallet.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have fully fledged environment for that, like Smart Seed
Yes.
or even Smart Chain and all this stuff. Yeah.
And for
that's just some.
And for asset exchange, the tokens exchange, it will keep the simple, just like the classic. There will be no shards, nothing more that we already have.
Yeah.
Yes, because if you want something good to really work, to check the charts, to make everything, you just go to Signum Swap. It works very well, and you can just have a professional look in the things there.
Yeah. Well, this is something the entire strategy is like since the beginning is I was much in favor because of that feature powerfulness of Signum. If you try to bake this everything into one application, it's just like too much. It's absolutely too much and overwhelming. And it's better if we have an ecosystem which is kind of linked together. This is my vision of this stuff. So if I, for example, in Phoenix want to go to trade my assets, at the moment there's a link to the BTDEX, but in the next version there will be a link also to Signum Swap, giving then the users a direct orientation where to go if we want to like deep dive in the certain feature, for example. I think that's what we should do, like interlink and hyperlink all the big tools together. Because it's so much stuff, and only the order book, for example, is also already a complex thing. I mean, we saw that right now as we're working on Signum Swap. There's so much power, and there will become more because of the liquidity pools and all the stuff that is coming there. If you put this into a wallet, then it's not a wallet anymore. Also, from my perspective,
yes,
it's like
the asset, the token exchange code inside the classic wallet is more than 2,000 lines long. So it's like an entire application just for the asset exchange, and it's better to keep it simple. I mean, I will make no modifications in this code. So, but for other things like the subscription, for like the account details, so this can be very easy. We can make it like a mint asset. Also, it's just like a modal window, and very simple. We can have a new feature in new classic wallet.
May I ask a question? Do you use Signum JS in Neoclassic or not?
No, I just copy and paste some code.
How dare you? No, it's totally fine.
Yeah, but this was very good because when I was looking into the signing process inside the Classic, I checked also the process inside the Signum JS, so I could get the difference between two. So now I can make, I propose some modifications inside Signum JS because I just saw how it was working inside the Classic wallet.
Yeah, now that's cool. And that will be merged into the main branch very soon. Yeah. Cool. Yes, there's something, if we're talking about the wallets, I'm not sure, Shifas, are there some questions from the community? I'm not really monitoring that.
I have some question to the time. I think he is now classic wallet guru. He knows best the classic wallet. And my question is, are people safe who use it or use plastic wallets? I mean, maybe it was not safe to use it. Maybe some hidden stuff in code. I mean, are people safe who use it classic wallet or use classic old version of classic wallet? You look at all code, you know best.
Yeah, the biggest problem was, I mean, see if the computer was stolen. So if it's some bad actor just get and had access to the hardware that was with the code there, so these bad actors, knowing that these people used this classic wallet to make the transactions, could steal the passphrase.
Yeah.
But of course, this just
So
So my-
person who used classic wallet several years ago and sell his hard drive and not format it can theoretically lose his coins.
theoretical, yes,
Theoretical.
but yeah, but it's very hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to show one thing more about the classic that was very good. It's the contacts.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something I already mentioned that when I presented the XT wallet, because the XT wallet has an address book also, and this is something really this is a feature that needs to be added to Phoenix also. So my idea is like maintaining Phoenix the way it is relatively stable. It's not perfect, I know that, but it's an easy to use and easy to start off wallet and has some interesting features. But I feel that the lack of an address book is something I would like to add also. There are certain things more we can do, and we can ask why we should do all things in double. And this is something announcement we want to do in a few minutes, few seconds.
Mm-hmm.
You want
Yes,
to show the context? Yeah.
Yeah, and the contacts here we can check the contacts. There is no one here. I can add one new contact, like my friend. I can paste the Signum ID, like some number here, or the Reed Solomon address. But I will just add.
Alias, it's possible to resolve aliases? No, it's not.
I don't
Aliases.
remember. Let's try.
If you yeah, if you're on Testnet, you can like put there or however, I think so.
No, because
look at this. Look at this.
Your alias.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. That's the new standard. But it works. Okay, I understand.
Yeah. Alias works. Yeah, it works, but I cannot find the alias that work inside the testnet because we are in testnet.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's a starting point because we can use this and move this over to the new standard for the aliases and all this stuff. That's cool.
When you receive some transaction from someone, you can open the account model here. In actions, you can add these people as a friend, and you show here this friend two, and okay, add contact. Something very nice is that when you want to send some Signa, you just come click here. You can choose your friend.
Yeah.
Or when you can want to send a token, you just put the token, the quantity, and check your friend. Just can very easy also send tokens. And there is no multi-account here, but if you just reload the page, you can come here and you have also the contacts here, and you can log into this account in watch only mode. So
how do I know that this is a watch only mode right now? I cannot see this.
It is the watch only because when you want to send some coins here, that will be a field here with the passphrase. So you only can send the things with the passphrase.
Okay. Yeah, it works a little bit different than in the Phoenix wallet. Okay.
Yes, this was the way that I found to make easier to people to have many accounts. So if you have many accounts, you just come here. Okay, and use your
So,
main account,
yeah.
your minor account, your wallet account, and you can use here. You can even using your mobile phone to watch the accounts while you are in other places, because this site is not so good in mobile, but it works if you make some gymnastics for with your mobile.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
So, because I saw the efforts for Deleterium, and I was asking to myself how much time I have, for example, to give more support for Phoenix, and I know there's some things missing. One of the biggest features is for sure we are really lacking a good mobile wallet. We have a mobile wallet, but it works more or less. I know that, and the complaints coming from the community are totally valid. Depends a little bit how you criticize the things, but I understood the message. And I think there is much of favor for the classic wallet and with the featureful completeness and all the stuff. And so one of the things was like, hey, why not join forces? And saying like, hey, Ethereum, we have the same understanding of the mechanics behind that. We know how wallet works. So why not going together? And like, the idea is that we want to make the Neo Classic wallet to maybe the standard wallet of the ecosystem, while the Phoenix wallet will be additional wallet the way it is. Initially, I thought it could be the Phoenix wallet could be like substitute for parts of the Classic, but I figured out that I don't have the time to implement all the features a second time, to say this, like into Phoenix wallet. Makes no sense at all to do so, because it's just like wasted time. And I don't have the time to do so because my time is really valuable. I'm working on other things on Signum, mounting my own company and making all this stuff. And it's really a lot of time it's going in there. And having that, for example, the Neo Classic wallet, like the starting point. So we have the Classic wallet and the Neo Classic with these updated building pipeline, and the new features coming in, all the stuff. That would be a really big step if we can just like join the forces. For example, we're bringing there inside the SRC44 profile stuff for the account images, like loading the profile images from the NFT portal and showing there the avatars, working with the Alice system with the new ones which is coming, making a naming system and all the features that are just like popping up right now, bringing there into and bringing this into the Neo Classic. That's the idea. So Phoenix Wallet will continue. There's a few features I would like to add, but it's like being maintained. But I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move in for the community if we say like, hey, Neo Classic has the potential to be the standard wallet of the ecosystem. Standard means like the default wallet in that terms. That was an idea, and I'm really glad that Deleterium made these efforts. He said that he still has some work to do in front before we can extend some new features. But I saw, for example, he's working on multi-assets. So multi-asset transport, you're already working on that stuff and all this thing. That's great. So we have the contact address book there inside. So yeah, the Phoenix wallet, I mean, it's my baby. I learned a lot during the development about Signum at that time, and it's a pleasure. It will be maintained. Yeah, that's just one of the announcement I would like to make today for me and together with Deleterium. Will be cool because we had a lot of discussion in the background, and Deleterium has great ideas, and that's cool. I think it's just a wise move to do so. And actually,
it sounds very good.
I like Phoenix wallet. I think it's a good wallet for the people that are starting in Signum. Of course, I felt some missing features inside the classic, the Phoenix.
The Phoenix,
and
yeah.
started also this to make the classic to work again. And we need to remember that this classic wallet has a lot of working code inside it. So it's sometimes it's easier to make the thing from scratch again, but we cannot minimize the code that was already inside the classic wallet. That was a big and good code also.
Yeah. There's another announcement, because we're talking about wallets, and I said already we have a mobile wallet. It works more or less, saying like that. I personally don't like to work on that Phoenix mobile wallet anymore, because the tech behind was not the best we could do. I mean, it was the idea was like using React Native. For people who don't know, that React Native is like React, but it works for mobile wallets, and you have the compilation process, and it's being like transformed in that native mobile wallet. But there are kind of problems which make our life for mobile developer a little bit hard. It's like, for example, the policies from Android is okay, from Apple it's a bit more complicated. And yeah, you don't know, it's a closed source system, and you need the hardware from them and all this stuff. And I can just say that hardware from Apple in Brazil is not that affordable as people might think. So if you think like $2,000, yeah, but it's not comparable because of the acquisition power we have in this country. And this is not different to me. So I'm not really a rich guy or something on that. Just like to say that. And I don't see any reason why I should like spend 20,000 reais for a Mac just to make a wallet for people which are using Apple iPhones. Yeah. And actually, I'm not a fan of Apple with all these policies and all this stuff. And so what can we do? We need the wallet. We have a lot of iPhone users, and this is clear. But there is kind of, in a few years, there's kind of a concept evolving much more. It's called PWA. It's called Progressive Web Application. And this Progressive Web Application is kind of a hybrid. You can like make a web application with web technology, and this can be installed with a look and feel of a native app inside inside the platforms like Android or Apple. It's not like 100% Apple look and feel and all this stuff, because it's still a web page with some certain permissions and some stuff. And to overcome the problems, for example, with the deployment, it's even possible that we can bundle this into a Apple iOS store available application. If you pay the fee and all the stuff, you can do this. But we have at least the possibility to come out to the market with a fully fledged mobile wallet, just like with this PWA technology. So you don't even need the license for Apple to make all this building and put this in the store, waiting weeks and weeks until it's like probably accepted and all this stuff, or days. I don't know how much time it takes. I just remember from my back days in my company, where I worked, that the iOS developers, they even advised all the people already six weeks before deployment. It's like, we need to go to Apple and like register the application because it needs to be reviewed and it takes a lot of time. And usually Apple was like always kind of an obstacle in that terms. And yeah, so there are certain personal reasons for that I did do that, but I understand the need for an iOS wallet. And the PWA technology is that. And what's the amount? The second announcement is, with the beginning of the next year, there is a strong focus on the PWA mobile wallet, which I will develop for Signum. Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. No, we need that. We need that. We need to grow the ecosystem. People must be able to use that, and yeah, that's the idea. And I'm working for my company on a specific dedicated PWA wallet at this moment. And it seems to work out nicely. And it's a very dedicated one. I cannot use the code base from that part. But what for my learnings and all this stuff, what I'm using there on that side, most probably I will get a lot of input from IPR, which is our designer responsible for the UI for Signum Swap and Signum NFT, Signum Art. So he will just guide me in what works on phone, on what not, and all the stuff. I'm not a professional UI designer like he is, but yeah, but I think that will be great, and there's a lot of potential. And using PWA, I see that many people making this move over to PWA, just to overcome all the limitations what you probably have with the Android store. You don't know what the future is about cryptocurrency stuff inside the stores because of all the US drama we have all there. And yeah, so that's a good way, because PWA can be hosted on any server, and just like, and then like installed like an application on the mobile. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me see if I can show an example of that. And then we're close. We just like, oh yeah, radio. This was a long session today. Let me see if I can show you something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this-
read some chats. Okay.
Oh yeah, please share us.
Well, it's just like, this could be like, this is just like a wallet, but this is a different one. I could show. So it works like that. You can do something like that. And this is PWA technology. It looks like a mobile wallet. And you see there's even that one here. Okay. But that works. It's nice.
Okay, I'll read some feedbacks and questions. Alfred Mesbommel is asking, is there a mobile wallet where you can see miner status? Where
No, not that I'm knowing.
Maybe we can create this pool software for mobile. I mean, we have this cool pool.
If I'm not totally wrong, the pool software, the Signum pool software is responsive and it should work. Let me see
I
that.
guess,
I mean,
I
just,
think-
I
I
can try
guess.
this directly on my phone.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that IPR looked on that. Let me see that.
I guess. Shimeon Krulik writes, wow. Investor boy writes, Signal $1 soon. And
Now, yeah, just to have this is Signum pool at the moment, but this is the mobile view of that pool. It works, yeah, and it's made. Yeah,
so
yeah.
Alfred, go to your pool's website and write your address, and you will see your mining status.
Yeah.
Yes. Next one, investor boy thinks that France will win, so he's promoting TMG France, and he loves Signum.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want my Brazil flags, and do you want German? I sell them very cheap.
I saw when Morocco was classified, so I bought all items that all tokens that were on sale in order book. To bought then.
I think they're raising the value maximum, yeah, right. And that's Morocco will awesome. That's crazy.
Alfred writes about NFT staking. What it is NFT staking? I'm not sure. He asks, will there also be a possibility to use the NFTs for something? I don't know.
From my side, I have no ideas on that right now. I cannot really answer that. I mean, I know there will be something with the staking pool and other stuff, but this is not related to NFTs. Yeah. There's something I wanted to point out. People are asking for that several times. Why can't you show the NFTs on the wallet, or why don't you show that? The technical explication is a little bit bigger to do so, but the problem is the main problem is scalability. And it does not work. It's very different because NFTs are contracts, and to get in the data on that, and by the sheer amount of NFTs we have right now, I would think almost 50,000 or something like that. It's not feasible the way it is right now to make it in a fully decentralized way, and that's why I hesitate a lot to show NFTs inside the wallet. It would only work if I have something like a centralized API in the middle, and we know it's like we don't want to have any Fura API here. Yeah. I mean, just saying that.
Yeah, okay. I made some tests just to put in the Signum art website inside an iframe in the wallet. It works, but it's not. I think this is not the way that will be good.
No.
Okay, and last one, Shimeon Krulik. I've noticed that Shepard and Ohage seems to pronounce Deletarium's names in different way. Would we please let Deletarium pronounce his name?
Deleterium.
Okay.
Yeah, because of this name, it was I was many years ago. I just tried to make something very different that no one will be the same. So I think I got one that no one had the same idea.
Okay. Okay, guys. I don't know when we will do this Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, there's some things. So there must be a kind of pre-Christmas or pre-year things. Probably next
So-
week.
So this is not this year, not last stream. Maybe we'll.
No.
Okay, so people who wants to show some Signum related stuff or to share his her ideas about Signum, please join us and
Yeah.
talk or just say hi if you want.
Yeah, just Jeff, and just an outlook for that. I mean, we are at the end of the year, and so I think only the next weekend we have there. And I would like to make a retrospective of 2022 to show what we have done so far, because I have the feeling I haven't listed this at all right now, but I have the feeling that this was one of the most productive years that we have in this in this community so far. I mean, so many things came out, and we had so many crucial changes and improvements on our entire thing. So the retrospective must be done, and probably we have a small game then. I don't know what we want to do or something like contract. I don't know. We can make the same thing like last year. I don't know, but there's something we should think about. And this is really, I mean, this year was very productive. Yeah.
And they
Thanks to
want
all.
to invite more guys to, I don't know, to
Oh,
see your
pirate-
presentation. And
Yeah.
just to, I don't know, to say hi or congratulations or something. I think to invite Shadow and other guys who was in these years.
Ah, that would be cool if Shadow could hop in. That would be awesome. I think so. Yeah. I know that Pirate Radio also said something that he wanted to present something. I'm not sure if he wants to chime in. Has been a while that I saw Cyber. He can back make something like, I don't know. Maybe wake up, I don't know, Christmas party. I don't know, whatever it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Would be cool to have so. But yeah, but the focus should be like a retrospective. This is kind of a proposal from my side, just to show what we have done so far. Right? The market is not reflecting the effort we're putting inside. What is always
Yes.
the market is just cheating on us. I don't know.
Yeah, more you
Shit
work,
market.
more market shits on you.
Yeah, it's yeah, well, it's unfair. It's like we should stop working, and maybe the market's going up. I don't know. No, that makes no sense at all. Now, forget it. It was like them. Okay.
Okay.